Thank you for joining us. I'm Brad Plunch.
And I'm Quinn Tran. We're bringing you this program from Tishomingo, Oklahoma, the historic capital of the Chickasaw Nation.
The Chickasaw Nation is celebrating half a century of progress.
Chickasaws come together to celebrate the 50th annual meeting and festival.
The theme of this year's event, the legacy of our journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to report to you that the state of the Chickasaw Nation is strong.
Governor Bill Anoatubby delivered the State of the Nation address at Fletcher Auditorium on the campus of Murray State College. He gave a progress report that highlighted another year of accomplishments that include programs and projects like the new Chickasaw Nation Medical Center and the Cultural Center.
We have so many things that are happening.
Governor Anoatubby says the Chickasaw Nation has, on behalf of its people, developed educational programs, health initiatives, and other services for citizens. The tribe has embraced technology and supported programs to preserve the Chickasaw culture.
Let's think about the next 50 years. Let's picture in our minds every Chickasaw who is wanting and willing to work is employed. Let's envision every Chickasaw child receiving a quality education and striving toward a dream of his or her own making. Picture every elder well cared for, living an independent life. Let's imagine every Chickasaw family in a warm and safe home. This is not a dream. This can be our future. All of these things can be a reality, will be a reality if we keep pushing forward, if we maintain our commitment to our people, if we persevere just as our ancestors did, just as we always have. Then this will be our future.
Governor Anoatubby says that Chickasaws have an unconquerable spirit. Chickasaw ancestors and elders blazed the trail for success that the tribe and its citizens enjoy today. Following the governor's State of the Nation address, the festival got underway.
Main Street here in Tishomingo transformed into a festive scene. Take a look.
It's kind of like a homecoming. You're coming back to where everything began and where your roots are.
The historic capital city of the Chickasaw Nation comes alive. Chickasaw citizens and others in the community unite to celebrate this annual Chickasaw Festival in Tishomingo, Oklahoma.
It is really a great time to be down here. People that's moved off, and they come back here maybe just one time a year, and this is the time that they come back. So I get to visit.
It's awesome. They get to throw candy, you get to listen to the parade and everything. I like how they play. There's drums, and they're doing all kinds of things.
From playing to painting drums, the festival showcases the talents and traditions of Chickasaws and other Native Americans.
Got it? Do you know the difference from those?
Married to a Chickasaw, Rita Hart is a doll maker and sews the traditional Chickasaw dress. Her work inspires her grandchildren.
I'm proud to be Chickasaw, and it's really fun because all of our culture have been doing this for many years.
We've been able to share a lot of ideas and creativity, and as tribes, we've got to keep that connection. And that's part of it, just telling that story.
I think it's important that we keep everything going. It's just a matter of keeping everybody together and just keep going and talking about history and the stories and everything. I'm Chickasaw, and I'm proud to be a part of this nation because it makes me feel proud of who I am.
Telling that story happens every fall at the historic Capitol grounds. Through the festival, artists, craftsmen, and cultural demonstrators. These grounds provide a haven for young Chickasaws and their elders.
Being an elder, you just feel part of the roots of here that was here. Just try to make a connection each time I come.
Chickasaw people have a strong love, a high regard for their elders.
An exhibit reflects that at the annual meeting and festival. One of the events that led up to the annual meeting was the Chickasaw Cultural Evening. It was held at the new Cultural Center in Sulphur. Part of the tour featured the exhibit gallery where Mike Larsen's work entitled Portraits of the Elders was on display. The artist has described these beautiful pieces as a labor of love, painting living elders who are members of his tribe. Also on display was Mahota, Women, Art, and Design by Margaret Roach Wheeler. Wheeler is an award-winning weaver and textile artist. Her weavings have been shown in museums all across the country. She was honored this year in the Chickasaw Nation Hall of Fame. Another event that brought Chickasaws together was the Arts and Cultural Awards.
It's an event to honor those who have advanced the Chickasaw culture and heritage. Mildred Millie Blackman was honored as the Dynamic Woman of the Year. The Silver Feather Award was given to Catherine Willman, and the winner of the Best Unpublished Article was Joe Thomas for the article The Chickasaws Before Removal. Later in this program and in the coming months here on CNTV, we'll have special features on the artists and people who earned recognition for their work.
3 young ladies are now the 2010-2011 Chickasaw Princesses.
They will spend the next year serving as ambassadors of the Chickasaw Nation. 8 contestants were part of the Chickasaw Princess Pageant. The titles include Miss Chickasaw, Junior Miss Chickasaw, and Little Miss Chickasaw. It was a beautiful event with the contestants wearing the traditional Chickasaw dress. As they made their introductory walk, they were judged on their dress, presence, and poise. The contestants also competed in the talent competition, which featured a variety of talents from singing, performing the Lord's Prayer in sign language, to storytelling and playing the piano. The young ladies took part in one-on-one interviews with the judges, and then each responded to a question on stage. 11-year-old Megan Carney won the title of Little Miss Chickasaw. 16-year-old Taloa Underwood is now the Junior Miss Chickasaw, and 17-year-old Cecily Robertson was crowned Miss Chickasaw.
In other Chickasaw news, the remodeling work is done and new technology is in place at the radio headquarters of SCORE.
SCORE stands for South Central Oklahoma Radio Enterprises, which consists of 5 local radio stations.
And then our program director develops the music log.
The Chickasaw Nation owns and operates the radio stations and held a dedication to celebrate the improvements of those facilities. Renovations were made to the SCORE headquarters in Ada, with additional office space, on-air and recording studios added. The studios feature an automated system, and the transmitter sites now have backup transmitters and generators. The 5 stations serve a 12-county area with about 75,000 listeners.
But the community is so important, and being able to communicate with the community and to share things with the community, news, weather, all the things that happen in daily life. Serving is what we do at the Chickasaw Nation, and radio stations are intended to serve.
I'm honored that the Chickasaw Nation would honor us by having an event like this. I'm proud of the looks of the building. I'm proud of the technology in the building. It allows us to do our job better.
SCORE's headquarters is located in the original building that housed KADA Radio, which began broadcasting back in 1934. The stations that are part of SCORE include KADA, both AM and FM stations, KYKC FM, KTLS FM, and KXFC FM. More Oklahomans are getting to see the movie Pearl.
Folks were able to catch the movie at the Warren Theater. Produced by the Chickasaw Nation, the movie is the true story of Pearl Carter Scott, the youngest licensed pilot in American aviation history. The movie has been shown at special venues across the nation and made a stop at the Warren Theater in September. Moviegoers here have given it great reviews.
We like the family style. I mean, we're very Christian oriented, and try to avoid all the language stuff, which almost permeates almost every film that's there, but to be able to come in and see a family show is really great.
Pearl is expected to be released on DVD soon, and we'll keep you posted.
In the meantime, you can learn more about the movie by going to www.pearlthemovie.net.
This next story features a Chickasaw artist who studies history first before she paints.
And by doing so, she can serve as a storyteller on canvas and pay tribute to her tribe.
When I am making that image, I feel like this is my ancestors' line, and I feel like a connection through time and space with my people. My name is Tracie Davis. I'm a Chickasaw artist. The name of my exhibit at the McSwain Theater is Ancient to Abstraction. We're Constellation. I'm a historical artist, and that means that I have academically researched our history, our ancient art. And to do that, you really need to know, who came before you? What is Indian art? What's Indian women art? And so I started researching different Indian women artists, and then just even our own tribe. And I just found this void for me that really didn't depict my tribe. And so I started researching ancient art, motifs, symbols, images that came off of pottery, off of our gorgets, off of our rural shells. And I tried to put those on canvas or granite in a new way that people see them and they wonder, well, what is that? When you look at a piece of abstraction, I want your imagination to take place and to try to figure out, well, what is this? And you may see something completely different than the person next to you. And then the ancient work, I want you to take a look at that and say, what does this symbol mean? I'm Chickasaw, and what it means to me is that it represents who I came from, where I came from, that my people are not forgotten, that they loved us, and they wanted to pass on that love. I think it's important for me to do art because it's a visual message. A lot of times you may not have pictures of your loved ones. You may not have pictures of great-great-great-grandparents. You may not even know their name. And so for me to do the ancient art, it's a way of reconnecting and saying anything that was lost, whether in oral tradition or oral history, that some of it still exists today. And I want to reintroduce those images and say, we're here, this is where you came from, this is who you are, and this is who I am.
And something interesting to share about Tracie, she has an MBA. She was a CPA, an accountant, before she became an artist, and many of her works have been on a special display, a showing at the McSwain Theater.
And people have been enjoying her work here at the annual meeting and festival in Tishomingo. And that's all the time we have for this edition of CNTV.
Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.